Shushamga, bastards. Hope you're all doing well. It's been a while, hasn't it? You guys probably thought I wasn't coming back, huh? Well, let me tell you, unlike Diesel Patches, I actually come back after saying I have to get milk. Except I don't bring back milk. I actually came back to only get your name so I could file you as a dependent, so I don't pay too much in taxes. Anyways, today, I'm gonna be talking about Hasan Piker once again because this is part 3 to my series I am making on Hasan, because he has done so much that makes me not like him, to the point of where if I were to make this all in the one video, then that timestamp in the bottom right corner would be a bigger number than the number of times Defamation Noodles has made videos on Keemstar. Actually, wait, I take that back. Nothing can beat that number. Anyways, if you want to find part 1 and 2 to this series, I'll leave a link in the description below. Now, with that being said, in this part, I'm going to be talking about the controversies Hasan has managed to get himself into, and also his many instances of hypocrisy. But before I do that, there were some things that happened after I made my last video that I just need to include in this series, because it only adds to the point of my previous video. So because of that, I'm gonna talk about that stuff before I get into his controversies. When it comes to political streamers getting into arguments with people over politics, a lot of times you will hear Hasan's name thrown around. However, one person's name you will never hear is Twomad's. Yes, Hasan got into a political argument with the King of Wakanda. Wakanda forever! And the biggest BTS fan of all time himself, Twomad. Now you're probably wondering, how the hell do you get into a political argument with Twomad? On Twitter of all places, considering his Twitter is literally filled with nothing but shitposts and memes. Well, you see, like most situations when it comes to Hasan, it all started because of him being an idiot. But before I go into the situation, I want you all to know that this is not only another case of Hasan slandering people, but it is also one of the many instances of Hasan's hypocrisy, and one of the many cases of him trying to protect his massive ego. Anyways, with that being said, let's just get into this situation. All this started on Twitter when Hasan made a tweet that makes it look like the CEO of Delta Airlines forced the CDC to cut quarantine time, and this tweet ended up being so infuriatingly stupid that Twomad called him out for it on Twitter by saying that this is nothing but a conspiracy theory, and as a result of this, Twomad and Hasan ended up getting into a political argument. While they were arguing, Hasan invited Twomad to debate him on stream, while also implying that Twomad is a coward because of how he is arguing with him on Twitter. In response, Twomad then called Hasan stupid and pointed out how flawed Hasan's political argument was, along with ending off the tweet by saying that Hasan should ask his uncle for another job. And to Twomad, I gotta say this to you, man. I don't think the Young Turks needs any more employees, cause by the looks of it, they already have enough, since the Young Turks can cover a ton of topics like politics, movie reviews, and methods of watching incest porn.
If you have to watch it, turn it on TV at home when it comes out on DVD and turn the sound completely off. And then as you're cleaning the house or you've got a party going on, you need the kids to stay occupied, that'll make this a lot more interesting.
That's how I had to watch incest porn.
What?
You gotta turn the sound down. Then it's just porn.
I'm so confused. Okay.
Anyways, Hasan then responded by actually calling Twomad a coward, and made it look like Twomad was begging him a lot to come on stream, in DMs. But when Hasan asked in public, Hasan makes it look like Twomad deflects these requests by making memes. Which, while true, Twomad was asking Hasan to come onto his stream for a debate, Hasan was the one who didn't want to debate Twomad, despite how much it may look like he wants to debate Twomad. But you'll see what I mean in a minute. Anyways, Twomad responded by calling out Hasan for not responding to the political arguments he was making, and instead of responding to those arguments, Hasan is choosing to call Twomad a coward and begging him to come on stream. As all of this was going on, Hasan was on stream calling Twomad a coward because he isn't debating him on stream.
Bro, you are so fucking brain dead. I just come on the stream, jackass. Here, dude. Here, you want to fucking come on the stream? Go ahead. Get on the stream, dude. Get on the stream. You've been begging to be on the stream. Don't make me fucking leak the DMs, dude. Pull up, bitch. Because you avoid literally anyone who's knowledgeable on politics, but you got no problem debating Twomad, Greek, XUC, and train ranks, and then you call me a coward in your echo chamber, respond to what I'm saying instead of begging me to come on your stream. Oh, he's just straight up trying to get fucking Destiny on here. Yeah, he can suck my dick. Hey, listen, my clout extends to you, Twomad. If you have a good point of view, don't try to fucking hide behind other people, you pathetic little coward. I can't even say anything else. That's it. I mean, he owned himself. There's literally no reason to continue here. All right, got it, dude. So you're just a fucking idiot. Okay, got it. Why'd you fucking post in the first place then? What a donkey, dude. Straight up admitting to being a fucking idiot. It's weird that all of a sudden he's not, you don't want to come on the stream? Oh, he's just trolling. He's just trolling. Oh, okay, dude, I got it. You can just troll and fucking spread misinformation. Got it. Too fraud over here. I'm just fucking pretending. I'm just pretending. Okay, now it is for clout, by the way, for the record. This is 1000% for clout. Suck my cock, you irrelevant bitch, okay? Straight up, that is bait. Straight up, that is fucking clout. That 1000% is for fucking clout. No, he absolutely got fucking boosted, and now he's just fucking trolling. And now he is 100% doing this for fucking clout. Okay, we're done.
But while that was going on, Twomad was in Hasan's stream, DMing him on Twitter, asking Hasan if he could come on stream to debate, which is something Hasan himself confirms. And along with that, Twomad was also streaming on his Twitch while Hasan was streaming. In addition to that, Twomad waited for Hasan to join a Discord call so they could make this debate happen.
Bro, literally, I'm here, dude. I'm the most here.
Hey, it's Hasan. It's on him. Ball's in his court.
And by the looks of it, Twomad wants to make this debate happen. Now, as you can see, Hasan has what he wants. Twomad was ready to debate him and just waiting for him to join the call. It was all up to Hasan to make this whole thing he wanted happen. So what do you think happened? Well, not only did Hasan not debate Twomad, he decided to watch MasterChef instead and also make it so that if anyone typed Twomad in his chat, they would get a 24-hour timeout.
Wait, let me go to Hasan's stream real quick. Let's load up Hasan. I'm verified on Twitch too.
Guys, 45 minutes.
So I'm verified on Twitch. Can I type Twomad? You are currently timed out from chat. You can type again in 24 hours.
After that, Twomad then called out Hasan for watching MasterChef instead of debating him. Now, you're probably thinking that this can't get any worse for Hasan. Well, it does. Later on, Twomad ended up making a response video to this whole situation, in which he showed a DM Hasan sent him that shows that Hasan admitted to his political argument being nothing but speculation. Anyways, after that video was uploaded, the drama between them pretty much ended after that. So if you guys couldn't tell, Hasan is clearly afraid to debate Twomad. I mean, the guy is actively avoiding Twomad, since he's literally giving people temporary bans for saying his name, not responding to Twomad's political arguments on Twitter, and not joining the Discord call, so the debate could happen. Now, the reason Hasan is afraid to debate Twomad is because he knows he can't win against him. If you look at their tweets, it's clear to see that Twomad did more research into the topic, and because of that, he has a better understanding of what he's talking about. Meanwhile, you have Hasan here literally speculating, and speculation isn't enough to win an argument, and Hasan knows this. So because of that, Hasan would have not only lost in an argument against Twomad, but Hasan would have been absolutely destroyed in an argument against Twomad. Now, you're probably wondering why Hasan would even respond at all to Twomad. Well, it's because of Hasan's massive ego. He couldn't let Twomad hurt it. However, Hasan underestimated Twomad and thought he could repair the damage Twomad did to his ego. But while arguing with Twomad, it became clear to him he couldn't win the argument. Hasan was backed into a corner and knew if he tried to argue with Twomad any further, he would have damaged his ego even more because he would have lost the argument. But if he didn't respond to Twomad, people would have kept pestering him into responding, mainly the people in his audience, which probably would have led to him saying something stupid, which also would have damaged his ego. So because of this, he called Twomad a coward and avoided responding to Twomad's arguments, while also lying to people by saying that he wanted to debate Twomad, so his audience wouldn't pester him, while also not saying something that would have made him lose the argument in the eyes of his audience. That, or he was afraid he was going to call another black man the N-word. Get it because he called him a Nazi? Moving on, I think it's obvious for people to see that this is also a display of hypocrisy from Hasan, because he is calling someone a coward that he is also afraid to debate. This man is literally calling someone a coward while also being a coward. Do I really need to say more? And I also kind of find it funny that Hasan is saying that, oh, Twomad just wants clout from me. Twomad has literally more followers than you. He does not need clout from you, because he already has more clout than you, dumbass. It's also funny that Hasan is calling Twomad irrelevant, because last time I checked, Twomad gets way more views than Hasan ever does. In part 1, I talked about some drama between Hasan and Exci, where Hasan reacted to one of Jay's videos in a manner that was worse than Jinx ever could. And I honestly thought after I was done with part 1 that there would be nothing more to this drama and that it would just be over. With Hasan not learning from the drama because of how he still doesn't react to people's videos in a way that's transformative when he's doing reactions, since he needs other people's work to entertain his audience, because his only talent is getting mad and smashing his desk. Now, it doesn't surprise me that Hasan didn't learn from this because apparently people have been calling him out for using other people's work to entertain people or get an audience since he was 13 years old. As I was researching for this video, I found out that Hasan, back when he was 13, had a DeviantArt account called Hellboy Hasan, where he was caught plagiarizing and tracing other people's art, and then he would claim he drew the pictures he plagiarized and copied. This means he has been repeatedly using other people's work for a long time, and even when he gets caught, he never seemed to learn. And judging by the fact he hasn't learned this time, I doubt he ever will. Anyways, because of that experience with Hasan, Jay decided to make a video on Twitch reaction content, which mainly focused on Hasan. Now, I don't want to go over everything that was in the video because I'd rather you guys watch it since it's a great video, but I will give a little summary of Jay's video due to it being needed for context when it comes to the drama Jay and Hasan got into. Basically, Jay called out reaction content on Twitch, mainly Hasan's reaction content, for not being transformative enough. They even compared Hasan to Jinx, and they pointed out things Hasan did that made his content worse than Jinx, such as getting up from his chair and letting the video play, along with not giving credit to the people who made the video he was reacting to, or just letting play when he's out of his chair. After this video was made, it was getting a lot of traction to the point of where Hasan saw it, but instead of slamming his desk, he decided to slam the block button on Exci and Mauler. Now, I'm not surprised he blocked Exci, considering Jay is trans.
A few things to consider when you're thinking about Lady Gaga as a top contender for Babe of the Week should be the fact that she might have a penis. The fact that Lady Gaga might have a small penis does absolutely terrify me.
And I'm not surprised he blocked Mauler, considering he uploaded this gem where he showed us what a live Hasan reaction looks like. However, blocking them didn't work, as this ended up getting so big that he ended up having to respond to it on stream, where he did it in the typical Hasan fashion, by choosing to say that Exci was connected to the alt-right due to them being friends with people who run the EFAP podcast, since according to Hasan, all the people in the EFAP podcast are a bunch of Nazis, and along with that, he implied that Jay was a Nazi too. In addition to that, he said that Jay got together with EFAP to make a podcast where they reacted to one of his streams, and along with Jay in this podcast, Sargon of Akkad was also present, according to Hasan. Along with that, he also said that he apologized to Exci for watching their video. He then proceeds to say that Exci is petty because they made 2 videos on him over a situation that happened a year ago, and finally that Jay's video that he reacted to was 5 minutes long.
Watch their videos ever again and I move on. This is what I said 1 fucking year ago. Since then, he made a video, or they made a video. Afterwards, they had like a bunch of fucking Nazis in the kill stream get together and do an 8-hour reaction to my entire stream. I think it was an 8 or 10 hour fucking podcast that they did on that. Okay. And I apologized back then. And they held on to the grudge. And then they made another video now. Another video a year later. Sargon of Akkad joined. Multiple 8-hour streams. If you expect me to think that that person is charitable at this point, I don't know what to tell you, because it's not. You're a fucking psycho if you think that that is a charitable person. No, that is a deranged person. It's a 5-minute video, which I apologize for. It's incredibly petty. It's incredibly fucking petty.
Now, Jay did end up responding to what Hasan said, but before I read Jay's response, I want to respond to some of the things Hasan said because of just how idiotic everything he said was. First of all, I think it's crystal clear to see that Hasan clearly doesn't know what a Nazi is still, because he is implying that Jay, a person who is transgender, is a Nazi. If you know what a Nazi is, you know that they despised LGBT people and wanted to exterminate them. So yeah, Jay can't really be a Nazi. Second of all, there is no evidence that EFAP are Nazis, and well, that's because they aren't. I've watched enough of their podcasts to know that they are not Nazis. It's clear at this point that Hasan views the word Nazi more as an insult that should be used in a similar fashion to when you call someone stupid. Third, even if Hasan did apologize for watching the video, he didn't mean it because he is still doing it to this day to other people. If he were actually sorry, then he wouldn't be doing it anymore, or at least try to improve his reactions. Also, notice how he tries, and this is something that Jay pointed out in their response, that in this clip, he says stuff that favors him more and makes him look better for his audience, while saying stuff that doesn't really portray Jay in a positive light. This is another case of Hasan trying to prepare his gigantic ego because in his point of view, he can never be painted in a negative light. He just can't have any flaws. I swear to Christ, his fucking ego is bigger than the price tag on his house. Alright, now let's get into talking about how Jay responded to this bullshit Hasan spewed out. Jay responded to every one of Hasan's accusations, and they ended up annihilating Hasan in the process. To begin with, they started off by saying that EFAP aren't a bunch of Nazis. 2, saying that he didn't even appear on the stream and wasn't even involved in the stream at all. In fact, if we take a look at the stream that Hasan is referring to, all the guests are displayed in the description, and as we can see, Exci's name is not here at all. In fact, Mahler even stated in the description that Jay had nothing to do with this. Along with that, while Sargon of Akkad was a guest on the stream, Jay said that they never interacted with Sargon. Then Jay called out Hasan for not remembering the way things happened because of how Hasan made himself look like the good guy while making Jay look like the bad guy in this situation, and for not remembering when this happened because Hasan said it happened a year ago when in reality it actually happened 5 months ago. Next, Jay also stated that the only reason this video response took so long was because they were working on other projects at the time, so they couldn't make it immediately when the situation was going on, and that they only made one video on Hasan. The other one Hasan is referring to that he made before he made his one video was just a stream where Jay and other people listened to Hasan's arguments and responded to his arguments. They also added that they intended to turn the responses they made against Hasan's arguments into a video. In addition to that, they said the video was actually 14 minutes long, not 5 minutes, and that while these are small mistakes, these are more examples of Hasan trying to frame the narrative in a different way to his audience, which makes him look like the good guy and makes Jay look like shit. Finally, Jay said that Hasan did apologize for watching the video, but Hasan never actually apologized for any of the things Jay actually took issue with, and we can see this via the clip Jay provided in his thread, which shows that Hasan did not apologize for what Jay actually took issue with, but instead just apologized for watching the video.
If proper credit is given, however, please don't just let them play as filler, sitting there saying very little and just having lunch, or leaving them in the room like, come on, man, I'm fine with React content. It just requires a substance or significant reaction and proper credit. Okay, fair.
Oh, okay. He's taking it really well.
That's totally fine. He makes the most sense.
Well, that's nice to see, isn't it?
I mean, I understand.
Sweet, dude.
My man said react harder.
Oh. So
after that, the whole situation just kind of died down. So not only did Hasan not mean the apology he gave Jay, he didn't even apologize for anything Jay actually took issue with. And he probably did this not because he was sorry, but just because he wanted to get Jay off his ass. What amazes me about all this is not only did he get away with not even apologizing for what Jay actually took issue with, but he actually got away with it live. Like, how the fuck did no one in his chat call him out for not actually apologizing for what Jay actually wanted him to apologize for? He read the entire thing and no one said, hey, maybe you should apologize for what they actually want you to be sorry for. Then again, every breadtuber's audience is the living embodiment of a yes man. It also doesn't make sense that Hasan came to the conclusion to apologize for watching the video. Like, how do you come to that after reading this? Maybe it's because of his stupidity or him just wanting to downplay the situation. I genuinely don't know. Like, it's just confusing he came to this conclusion. Now, unless you have been living under a rock for the past couple of weeks, one thing that has caught the world's attention is Russia's invasion of Ukraine on February 24th, 2022, that is still, as of the making of this video, ongoing. Now, obviously, because this event involves politics, Hasan was bound to talk about it, but no one expected him to give some of these takes he gave, because they are the worst you could have possibly given about this situation. He was saying that all of the news before the invasion of Ukraine was made up by the West and that Russia didn't have any desire to invade Ukraine. While saying this stuff, he was acting so smug when saying it, especially when he fell for Putin pulling troops away from the border before the invasion.
But I think I'll just change, like, I'll change this every day to Ukraine has still not been invaded by Russia every day to make sure that the wishes of these fucking weirdo, like, I'm actually a sock them and you're a fucking tanky idiots on the internet. Will, yeah, change it to Russia still has yet to invade Ukraine. And it's like day 11 at this point, you know what I mean? What's up, folks? I'm live and alive, and we got a lot to talk about. I was right about Ukraine. That's right. War is not imminent. Oh, shocked to find out. Anyway, we're gonna talk about that and a bunch of other stuff, so get in now. Possibly a new React series as well, so you don't want to miss it.
He also said that the Crimean annexation in 2014, which was when Russia annexed the Crimean Peninsula, was completely justifiable despite the UN General Assembly saying it was illegal. And him being wrong about this just shows how much time and effort he puts into research for political topics, which is absolutely none. It took me only 5 seconds to figure out that the Crimean annexation was unjustifiable. This clown can't even take 5 seconds to research a topic. Then again, I shouldn't be surprised considering this is literally the same dude who fell for video game footage thinking it was actual war footage.
Report was sponsored by Applebee's. Oh, this one's fucking insane. I don't know if this is legit or not. Rip. Oof, they lit that fucking thing up. Look at the traces.
Everyone. Much love, XQCL.
His entire chat is spamming, that's Arma, that's Arma 3, that's from a video game, that's not footage, that's Arma, that's not even real life or whatever.
Anyways, when he was done saying this crap about the Crimean annexation, someone pointed out that Hitler did the same thing Putin is doing now with Ukraine when it came to the invasion of Austria in 1938. So in response, Hasan said this.
Feeling bad about the Crimean annexation does not change the reality of the Crimean annexation being a completely justifiable fucking act by the Russian government, okay? So that's it. That's fine. And Hitler invaded countries based on Germanic ties at first? Yeah, dude. Talk to me when he's fucking throwing Ukrainians in a fucking... What are you talking about? Talk to me when he's throwing Ukrainians at a concentration camp, okay? Hitler wasn't fucking bad because he decided to invade Austria. He was bad because he was fucking killing Jews, okay? That was the problem. He wasn't like, oh yeah, we're gonna fucking annex territory with like Germanic people in it. That wasn't the main problem with Hitler, I think. That was like maybe 8th down the line.
That was really bad.
Yes. He said that Hitler wasn't bad for invading Austria based on Germanic ties. He was only bad because he was killing Jews. Which, while yes, he was definitely bad for killing Jews, no one is denying that, but I would say both the invasion of Austria and killing Jews are just as bad because when you annex a country or take it over, you take everything. It's money, buildings, and people who might come from a wide range of religions like Christianity, Buddhism, Judaism, and because Nazi Germany annexed Austria, there were more Jews in Germany's population that were now under Nazi rule. And because of this, more Jewish people died when Hitler invaded Austria. How does he not freaking know this? I'm genuinely surprised that he is this stupid. Anyways, when Russia ended up invading Ukraine, Hasan did apologize for his takes when it came to Russia invading Ukraine before it happened, probably because he knew he couldn't weasel his way out of this one. However, he didn't apologize for what he said in regards to Hitler invading Austria being not that bad, which it doesn't surprise me that he didn't apologize for that, since he would have had to acknowledge that he actually said that, and that probably would have led to consequences that he would never recover from. It actually disgusts me that he was able to get away with this rotten take. Anyways, let's move on before I pull a Hasan and start jumping on my couch in my underwear out of anger. After the day the invasion began, Hasan threatened to DMCA clip channels because they were uploading and disagreeing with his wrong takes and predictions on Ukraine, since these takes were not only making him look like a Russian bootlicker, but also because they made him look like an idiot, and it probably would have damaged his ego even more. And we all know how Hasan loves his ego.
I think it's been hella toxic. Even clip channels are being annoying and commenting in the description on how you're wrong. Why are they clipping me then? Like, if my own fucking clip channels are clipping all of my videos to make money, why are you fucking clipping wrong information then? If that's the case, and then fuck you, dude. Don't make me DMCA your bitch asses. I will destroy the HasanAbi Clips industrial complex. I will make what Russia is doing to Ukraine look like little kisses to the HasanAbi Clips industrial complex. Do you understand me? Motherfuckers are literally posting my YouTube videos from my fucking Twitch, stealing this shit because I allow them to, so they can make money off of it, just to make me look fucking bad or shit on me. What the fuck is this? I'm gonna look this up. I didn't even know. I haven't been on YouTube for a long...
In addition to him threatening to DMCA clip channels, people also found out that his ability to take criticism is much worse than we thought. While streaming, Destiny found out that Hasan will go on stream, find newly posted Reddit posts that criticize him, downvote them on stream, which will then send the message to his chat to go and downvote the post. And when the post gets overloaded with downvotes, it won't gain any traction, making it so no one can see criticism of Hasan.
Top of the hour.
Hasan gets canceled every week. Haven't seen it on Reddit yet, but here we are, though I'm not sure what Hasan's stance on Russia taking Crimea is based off this video. Oh. It's fucking insane, dude. Who is this fucking piece of shit, dude? Let's see. Let's look at this fucking piece of shit's personal profile real quick.
Uh-oh. Oh, we're going hardcore brigading.
Fuck you. What a fucking piece of shit.
Oh, no.
r/World News Andy. Like, motherfuckers who can't, like...
World News Andy.
Who can't, like, win... who can't do anything. Try to, like... Oh, that's weird. That's crazy.
A Destiny poster?
Oh, another fucking
God.
Destiny viewer.
Oh, no.
Now realize, like, he can't fucking do this shit on LSF, so now he has to go to a public freak out, dude. That's fucking wild. What an incredible thing. You're literally terrorists, dude. You're like internet terrorists. You're so fucking shitty.
This thread is 7 minutes old.
Oh my fucking lord.
Oh. If he finds a new thread about himself on like a popular subreddit, he can use his audience to try to nuke the thread before it actually gets any traction. That's kind of smart. So he views this thread early, even though it has 70 comments. Hopefully with 30, 40,000 people watching him downvoting it on stream, he can get people to go to that thread, brigade the fuck out of it, and then it doesn't get any traction.
So there's another public freakout post
of the USSR of 1924. And right away,
don't worry,
a lot of questions. Raised a lot of questions.
Reddit is one of those places.
Notice how that post was old, so he didn't give a fuck about it. He didn't downvote it. He didn't interact with it at all because he knows he doesn't need his fans to brigade that one. It was old, it didn't gain traction, so he didn't care and he just left it.
The post was already at negative upvotes before we looked at it, so don't worry about it too much. Those other subs aren't nearly as deranged as LSF. It doesn't even fucking matter because, like, it doesn't matter because a little bit of push on one end can, like, very easily change the outcome of a post and, like, totally fucking brigade it.
And first of them, and the main question.
This is a whole new level of pathetic. Like, if you're actually this butthurt over criticism, then the internet is not the best place for you, and you should probably get off it. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm not really surprised that Hasan's ability to take criticism is that bad, because of how, even before this was found out, Hasan's ability to take criticism was just as bad as any other Lolcows. Honestly, thank God Hasan never became the leader of a country, because I think he'd rival Kim in numbers when it comes to murder for criticism. Oh, who am I kidding? He would beat Kim's record in a day. And now we get to the most famous controversy Hasan has ever gotten himself into, and one that definitely made him hated by a lot of people, myself included, because what he said was just downright stupid, disgusting, and just all around bad. To catch those up who are unfamiliar with what I'm talking about, Hasan was reacting to an episode of the Joe Rogan Experience with Dan Crenshaw on it as the guest, and while Hasan was watching this, he got very mad because they were talking about the 2017 American Saudi arms deal that occurred on May 20th, 2017, and Hasan got so heated to the point of where he said this.
This is so insane. America deserved 9/11, dude. Fuck it. I'm saying it.
We're there to partner with them. We're not there doing our own thing. We're there partnering and training
in a video
and
game.
equipping and enhancing their capabilities. So that's part of what we're doing. And the other part is just knowledge. We want to know what's happening.
Like, we fucking totally brought it on ourselves, dude. Holy shit. We did. We fucking did. In a video game, whatever, hypothetically, politically, we fucking did, man. We did. Holy shit.
That was really bad.
Now, the reason why he says in a video game after is because he knew that what he said was going to get him a lot of shit. And rightfully so, because it's a dumb take. Along with that, he also made some pretty disgusting comments about Dan Crenshaw, a war veteran who lost his eye to an IUD, by saying that it got fucked out by a Mujahideen member.
What the fuck is wrong with this dude? Didn't he go to war and like literally lose his eye because some Mujahideen, a brave fucking soldier, fucked his eye hole?
Which, first of all, he is saying the Mujahideen, and that is an instance of Hasan not knowing shit about the Middle East, because we didn't go in to fight the Mujahideen, we went in to fight Al-Qaeda and the Taliban. In fact, the Mujahideen, the Taliban, and Al-Qaeda are each different organizations. They aren't the same thing. Also, look, I don't care about how much you dislike a politician, but unless they are an outright fascist dictator, communist dictator, or just any dictator in general, this is just uncalled for. Because despite how much I dislike a lot of politicians, I would never say something like this unless I was looking to make some dark jokes. And that's the case when it comes to a majority of people that are into politics. Like, if you're saying stuff that Hasan says, then maybe politics isn't good for you. Anyways, after the stream, Hasan began to notice that him saying in a video game didn't work, because people could tell from his tone either he just had a very bad anger outburst in which he said what he said out of anger and didn't actually mean it, or that he actually meant what he said because of how his tone doesn't sound like one you'd have if you were making a joke. Due to this, Hasan decided to delete the VOD of the stream, and he tried to cover his ass. However, this didn't work because he got a temporary ban for what he said. Now, despite how much I disagree with what Hasan said, I don't think he should have been banned for this. He should have the right to say his dumb shit without being punished by Twitch. And I know people are gonna say, oh, it's a private company, they can do what they want. And to that I have to say, just because it's a private company, that doesn't make it okay for them to fuck with your First Amendment right, or with freedom of speech in general, because with that type of logic, then you probably think it's okay for a private company to underpay their workers and then fire them when they complain about their payments in the form of a protest outside the company, because they are a private company and they can do what they want. All in all, it's just a very stupid argument that people only use because they want to see someone they dislike because of their political beliefs kicked off a social media platform, since they won't have to see them again, even though they get ass mad when someone they agree with is kicked off the platform they like. Anyways, we're getting sidetracked here. Let's get back to talking about this controversy. After getting banned, a lot of people began to give Hasan a lot of well-deserved hate. He then went on the Young Turks to discuss his comments with his uncle, failed politician, and known Armenian genocide denier, Cenk Uygur, where Hasan made a bunch of ridiculous excuses for what he said. The first excuse Hasan made was that he was taken out of context.
So, you said America deserved 9/11. Did you mean that?
No, obviously not, especially considering the fact that while that is a very viral quote that is going around currently, if those people were at least even remotely charitable or cared about the actual truth of what I was talking about, they would understand that within context, I was simply referencing the fact that all of the foreign policy decisions and our arming of insurgent groups in the region and our efforts in destabilizing the Middle East have a direct consequence, a boomerang effect rather, if you will, in causing 9/11.
Saying America deserved 9/11 is not another way of wording a critique on American foreign policy. It's just not. Also, gotta love how he blames the people watching the clip. It's not our fault for interpreting the thing you said for the way you said it, man. Also, again, your tone doesn't really help the case of you saying you didn't mean that, because your tone sounds like you mean what you're saying, but then again, this could have been one of his angry outbursts. Anyways, he then went on to say that he didn't mean what he said, but then he proceeds to give justification for saying that America deserved 9/11.
So, you said America deserved 9/11. Did you mean that?
No, obviously not, especially considering the fact that while that is a very viral quote that is going around currently, if those people were at least even remotely charitable or cared about the actual truth of what I was talking about, they would understand that within context, I was simply referencing the fact that all of the foreign policy decisions and our arming of insurgent groups in the region And our efforts in destabilizing the Middle East have a direct consequence, a boomerang effect, rather, if you will, in causing 9/11.
This makes no sense. If you don't mean what you said, then why are you trying to justify it? And why are you trying to justify it to this day?
That America deserved, he said, fuck it, America deserved 9/11.
Yeah.
But then you went in to explain, by the way,
I clarified it literally immediately
Yes,
after. I was like,
but
I'm saying controversial, exactly what we did.
But did you know you were fucked, though, when you said that? Because you said in a video game afterwards.
No, because everyone was like, why did you say that? You're going to get banned. So I was like, what do you mean? If you watch the entire video, I go, fuck it, dude, I'm saying it.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, how is anything I'm saying controversial?
Do you not see how that doesn't make any sense? This legitimately baffles me. Moving on from that, he then said he didn't understand why people were getting upset with him.
Consequence of all of the things that we have done in the region. This is not a controversial thing to say, which is precisely why I followed up by saying, why are you guys getting upset at me? There's a live chat, there's a back and forth conversation on Twitch. For those of you who are unfamiliar, said, why are you getting upset at me? Nothing I'm saying is controversial, implying that I didn't even understand immediately why what I was saying was so outside of the bounds of reason, considering that
he said that nothing he said was controversial, which, first of all, dude, you're a political streamer. You talk about politics. Anything you say when it comes to politics will be controversial. Everyone understands that going into that field. Second of all, how do you not know that saying America deserved 9/11 was controversial? You're discussing an event that scarred a country, killed a lot of people, and that got us involved in a 20-year war, which also killed a lot of people. Also, I don't buy for a second he doesn't believe what he said was controversial because of how he said in a video game after in order to avoid controversy. That just shows he knew it was controversial. And he knew it was at the time. He said that because if you take a look at the H3 podcast where they talk about what he said, he can be seen saying that he said in a video game to avoid controversy.
Afterwards. Like it looks like you knew you fucked up and you're like in a video game.
Because everyone was like, whoa, I can't believe you said that. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, in a video game. Like, I say that for everything. Like, anything that is regarded as, like, controversial or can be clipped out of context, I always say that. It's a meme in and of itself.
So, yeah, he definitely knew what he was saying was controversial, and he just lied when he went on TYT. While we are on the subject, I want to talk about another thing he said on the H3 podcast, because he said that he was joking when saying America deserved 9/11.
You're being hyperbolic. You're making a joke.
I was being hyperbolic.
Yeah.
And,
but you are
and I didn't mean like the people deserve to die.
This is a lie because when he went on the Young Turks to address the situation, not once did he say that he was joking. In regards to him saying America deserved 9/11, however, on TYT, he did say his comments about Dan Crenshaw were a joke, but his tone doesn't really sound like one you would have while making a joke. However, we'll get into that later. If you were joking about something, and if you got into controversy with the joke, the first thing you would say is that you were joking and you don't actually mean what you said. If he was joking, why didn't he say that at the time? He also tried to justify what he said on TYT. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't try to justify my jokes as if they're a serious statement, because when I'm joking, they're jokes. They're not meant to be taken seriously, nor do they represent my actual beliefs. Also, again, his tone. When he said it in his tone, it sounds like he either really meant what he said and isn't joking, or that he's just having an angry outburst. So yeah, him saying it is a joke is total BS, and also hypocritical of him to use that excuse, but we'll get into that later. For now, let's just go back to Hasan's response on TYT. Finally, his uncle asked him that you know it's bad to say Americans deserve 9/11. But then Hasan says, no, I didn't say that, I said America deserved 9/11, and his uncle then says that's still a wrong thing to say, but then Hasan responds by saying
different statement and one that's wrong.
No, I didn't say Americans deserve 9/11. I said America deserves 9/11.
Right, but that's
and
still
in that
wrong.
Moment, well, maybe you can chalk it up to English being my second language. Or
that's total bullshit. Because if you hear Hasan speak, he has a pretty good grasp on the English language. It's so good, in fact, he doesn't correct Hila for saying his English is so good when he's on the H3 podcast.
You're very, like, your English is perfect.
It's American TV. Like, I read English books when I was growing up. I was a weeb for America, okay? I was an America boo.
Once again, we have caught Hasan lying his ass off. But then again, what am I to suspect from him? Thank God a majority of people have functioning brain cells and can see through Hasan's attempt to slither away from trouble. Honestly, this drama has made me come to two conclusions about Hasan when it comes to this whole thing. Don't worry, both of them involve him being an angry, roid-headed idiot. One is that, and this is the one I lean more towards, he got really mad about the 2017 American-Saudi arms deal and said America deserved 9/11 out of anger and didn't actually mean it. Which, while his tone can be interpreted as one in which he feels strongly about what he said, again, it can also be interpreted as just an angry outburst. And considering he has a lot of those, I can see this one being likely. And because of it being an angry outburst, and due to him having a massive ego, in order to repair it from him saying America deserved 9/11, he decided to make it look like he was actually trying to say something that he clearly wasn't saying, so he can avoid embarrassment from saying that he got angry, which would have damaged his ego in his eyes, because he'd probably be embarrassed by having to say that he had an angry outburst. Now, does that justify what he said? Of course not. That would be like saying a dad calling his son a dick is okay because the dad had an angry outburst from stepping on a fucking Lego. The other conclusion I came to is that he actually meant what he said and genuinely thinks he is right in saying what he said. Because again, his tone sounded like he was saying something he was very serious about. And despite him saying he didn't mean it, it's odd he then goes on to justify something he said that he also says he didn't mean, which just doesn't make any sense. And if the second one is true, Hasan, I only got one thing to say to you. Fuck you. Either way, no matter what conclusion you come to out of these two, I think it's safe to say that in the end of this drama, it did not go well for Hasan because a majority of people outside of his audience just know him as the guy who said America deserved 9/11. Some of you might say that, oh, he got publicity from it in the end, so it turned out good for him. To which I have to say, that would be like saying J Station clickbaiting dead celebrities and using them for 3 a.m. videos turned out good for him because he got attention. Which, while he did get attention and some money, he ended up getting attention that made a lot of people hate him. Same for Hasan when he said America deserved 9/11. I don't know about you guys, but I'd personally rather be somewhat famous and be a likable person than a person who is famous but is hated because, well, you got a lot of money, you have a lot of people that hate you, don't want to be around you. In some cases, want to destroy your career, and in some other cases, want to mess up your life. To me, the negatives outweigh the positives. Now we are on to the last thing I want to talk about, and that is Hasan's many instances of hypocrisy, because after researching this guy, not only does the H in Hasan stand for hypocrisy, but this dude is the living embodiment of the word. There are a lot of cases of him being hypocritical to the point of where I can't go over all of them because we'd be here forever, so I'm going to go over some of the notable times he was hypocritical. To begin with, let's talk about how he lied about Destiny by saying that he doxed him.
A shirt and then the house. Which you know,
that's right, by the way. That is what started it.
I mean, you got to care somewhat. He's acting like the news just landed on his desk. But because of Destiny's tweet, it picked up, and for the past like 3 days, 20th, 21st, 22nd, it was trending. And the fucked part is, in replies to Destiny's tweet, people were posting Hasan's address. And I don't want to get on Destiny's bad side because, kind of like Aiden Ross, he has an absolute menace of a viewership that will hunt me down and make me regret ever speaking his name.
He's right about that too. That's the worst part about it, is like I can't even fucking do anything about it because they'll just keep doing this. And it's not that his viewership is gigantic. They're just the most dedicated motherfuckers on the planet. This is the secret thing that streamers like literally all fucking know and recognize, is that I'm sorry, guys. I know some of you guys like probably watch him too, but his community is incredibly fucking loyal, and they operate in the exact same way that fucking old like 4chan circles used to operate in, like Kiwi Farms and 4chans. They do. It's the exact same way. Maybe they don't go to the same fucking extents.
Anyways, he then condemned Destiny for doxing him even though he didn't. Now, this is hypocritical because Hasan has actually threatened to dox people in the past, such as on this stream, where someone sent a donation to him with a message making fun of him, and after receiving it, Hasan threatened to dox this person.
Destiny's stream is my favorite thing to watch. Here's some money for the best content on Twitch XD.
Thanks, buddy. I have your email now, by the way, just for the record. So why don't you just stop fucking sending me donos to harass me for your daddy Destiny with literally your email involved in it? What a fucking stupid thing you just did now. Why would you do that? Why would you donate money to me with your fucking actual email? You absolute idiot. I have your full name now. And this time, if I go to fucking Twitch, it's reasonable because you're literally harassing me. Do you know how many fucking donos I've gotten from Destiny's fans tonight? Do you know how many fucking Destiny fans have sent me their emails tonight?
Excuse me.
Paying money just so they can fucking shit talk?
I apologize for that.
Huh? How fucking brain dead are you guys? Of course.
Now, this isn't surprising to me considering he was a journalist, and we all know how much journalists love threatening to dox people. Now, I don't think I need to explain why this is incredibly fucked up because he is literally threatening to dox somebody. And I think we can all agree doxing is not a good thing to do, especially in this case. Also, why would he get mad over this? Most people wouldn't care about being insulted online, especially in this case because he's literally getting paid money to be insulted. You're literally getting paid for something most people don't care about. What's not to be happy about? Oh wait, I know why he got mad, because it hurt his ego, and Hasan can't have that, even though he's getting paid to be insulted. We can also see another case of Hasan's hypocrisy when he's on the Young Turks, when he says he despises violence.
If you will, in causing 9/11. Of course, every part of what I advocate for is against violence. I abhor violence. I think it's awful. And as a matter of fact, I was very frustrated with the fact that...
Now this is hypocritical because not only has Hasan actually supported instances of political violence, such as with the case with Indiana Jones, he also supports an organization that is known for their political violence known as Antifa, who literally assault people and trash buildings.
Every part of what I advocate for is against violence.
Liar. Moving on, there was also a time where he condemned someone for saying retard.
I got a bunch of retards being fucking rude to me.
Well, you know what? That's a really fucking rude thing to say.
What the fuck? Yo, that is... Okay, that's like literally fucking unacceptable, dude. What? What the fuck? That's not cool. That's not like a fucking cool thing to do in character or out of character. I don't give a fuck if she's a judge or not, dude. Hey, listen, here is my fucking out of character drama or whatever the fuck. Don't talk to fucking people like that. What the fuck are you doing? That's her on God. It's RP. She's not like that at all. I don't give a shit what she's like in fucking real life. Judge, not judge. Fuck.
Despite the fact he has used the word himself.
I can't argue with retards, okay? You're retarded. I'm being ableist, and you're fucking retarded. So there is no way I can argue with you on this issue. I'm done. Okay? That's it. Not drive towards the fucking stairs? Are you fucking retarded?
I got a bunch of retards being fucking rude to me.
Well, you know what? That's a really fucking rude thing to say.
What the fuck? Yo, that is... Okay, that's like literally fucking unacceptable, dude. Are you fucking retarded?
Now, I personally don't have a problem with people saying the word retarded, unless it's a case of someone using it to insult someone who has a disability. A lot of people who are disabled say the word and don't care if anybody else says it.
When I see people online debating the word retard and preaching to the choir that we shouldn't call people retards because it's very offensive to autistic people or people with other types of mental issues. But through that, they usually are talking for us. Because believe it or not, there are a lot of autistic people, like myself, who don't see retard as a slur. We see it as a word similar to silly or goofy or idiot or stupid. Just another way to insult people, but not necessarily offensive enough to be considered a slur on the same level as like the N-word or the F-word.
And if they don't care, I'm not going to get offended for them, because getting offended over something that other people don't get offended about, well, it's retarded. My only problem is that Hasan is being a hypocrite. Now, surely Hasan's hypocrisy when it comes to certain words can't get any worse, right? Right? Oh, well, yes, it can, because along with him being a hypocrite when it comes to the use of the word retard, he also is a hypocrite when it comes to the use of racial slurs.
Which his haters may get you for bullying over looks. You're gonna tell me, doesn't this kid say the fucking N-word all the time? Like, you're telling me that, like, the dude who says the N-word's audience is gonna fucking attack me for ableism or bullying over looks or something?
Here we can see him criticizing Leafy's use of the N-word, even though Leafy is using it in a way that makes it a joke, rather than using it in a method to insult someone. And Hasan is the type of person to say that people who use the N-word who aren't black are racist.
Would he use the N-word with a hard R around you while he's talking about someone? No, because he understands that, like, it's bad. Because it ultimately, no matter how you use the term,
ultimately, no matter how you use the term, the N-word is bad.
Ultimately, it just implies that the person themselves are like a racist person.
Ultimately, when you use the N-word, it implies that it's a racist person.
However, Hasan has used the N-word nigger. Now, the only time I have a problem with the use of the N-word is if it's being used in a way to insult a black person. That's it. If they are joking, I don't care. It's a joke. It appears that in his mind, it's okay for him to say it for some reason, because according to his mind, he can never do anything wrong. He has also used people saying the word as justification to cancel people he doesn't like, such as Destiny, even though he himself has used it in the past. Like, he has no right to cancel people when it comes to their use of the N-word. However, while Hasan thinks it's problematic to say the N-word no matter what, he doesn't have a problem calling Destiny, a person who is of Cuban descent, a gusano, in order to insult him. For those who don't know, a gusano, which, while it means worm, is a derogatory term used to refer to Cuban exiles and is considered a racial slur.
Banned word, please? Oh my god, dude. Oh, yikes, dude. I know exactly where this take is coming from. It generated from a specific community where people are like, people want to make it out to be a fucking like slur or something. It just means worm, okay? It's a term that leftist South Americans use against other South Americans.
I love how he tries to justify calling Destiny a racial slur by just saying it means worm, because this is just incredibly stupid. A lot of racial slurs mean something that cannot be taken as an insult, like the word chink. It also means dent in armor, while also being a word that is used to insult Asian people. It just depends on how you use the word. Like, if you're pointing out a dent in armor and say, oh look, there's a chink in the armor, then it's fine. But if you're gonna use it in a way to insult someone who is Asian, then that is wrong. And this is the case for every other racial slur. Hasan is using this slur in a way to insult someone of Cuban descent, which is just downright disgusting and fucked up. Along with being a racist towards Destiny, he is also racist towards white people because of his use of the word cracker, which, while sometimes his use of the word cracker can be interpreted as jokes,
oh my god, saltine cracker, like people are just bitter because it's saltine cracker. That's not what I said, you dumb cracker bitch.
He also uses it in a way that can be considered racist a lot of times.
Hey, oh my god, saltine cracker, like people are just bitter because it's saltine cracker. That's not what I said, you dumb cracker.
While Hasan is white himself, I personally believe you can be racist towards your own race if you are using racial words to insult someone that is the same race as you, or if you are discriminating against someone for their race even though you are the same race as the other person that you are discriminating against. Or just look at Low Tier God, a Lolcow, who, while he is black, is racist towards black people.
Video. But, I mean, I felt sorry for the nigga. He's black, you know, trying to.
Oh yeah. If I forgot to mention, he's pretty racist. He doesn't like black people. He thinks Mexicans are alright, and anyone that's white is a biscuit, by the way.
Being racist against your own race is literally a Lolcow belief, so there is no surprise Hasan believes this. Anyways, after using the word so many times, he was banned, and I'm just gonna say this now. I don't know how to feel because, on the one hand, it was fucking hilarious to watch this roid-headed mongoloid mauled on Twitter over his ban, and that there is a possibility he got banned because of Twitch not being okay with him saying that word in a way to insult white people, then I'm okay with him being banned. Now, before you comment that, oh, didn't you say it's not okay for companies to ban people for what they say? Well, if a person is insulting someone for their race or just being racist in general, then that's when a company should be allowed to punish people. Along with that, companies should be allowed to punish people for not only being racist, but if they're doing anything unprofessional or inappropriate, although Activision doesn't seem to understand punishing people for being inappropriate. However, if he got banned because of an instance where he was joking, then that's pretty fucking stupid, because he's joking. He literally doesn't mean what he's saying. Anyways, while he was banned, he went on a bitch fit where he tried to downplay the word and act like all of his uses of the word were for jokes. First of all, you can't downplay using a racial slur unless you are joking, and in a lot of cases, he wasn't joking, so he has no right to downplay his use of the word cracker. Also, he isn't okay with Leafy's use of the N-word in jokes, so it's hypocritical of him to be okay with his use of the word cracker for jokes. If you are joking when using racial slurs, either all racial slurs are okay or none of them are okay. Now, you might see some morons say, oh, but some racial slurs have history, and to that I have to say, well, they all have history, so that's not a good reason to be fine with one word when joking while not being fine with another. So yeah, all in all, Hasan's stance on racial slurs is clearly hypocritical. There's no doubt about that, and he definitely has some racist tendencies. We can also see another case of him being hypocritical here, too, in the form of his stance on jokes, since again, he is fine with using racial slurs to make jokes one moment, and then the next he calls out and shames people for using racial slurs in jokes the next. Anyways, another example of him being hypocritical when it comes to jokes is when he tweeted that comedy policing is dumb, even though he cheered for Count Dankula being arrested over a joke. In fact, Count Dankula called him out for this tweet, which the fact that he was cheering for the arrest of Count Dankula is just incredibly dumb even for the time, because everyone knew Count Dankula did nothing wrong. Hell, H3H3, despite how much of a moron he is now, thought it was stupid at the time. It's clear to see that Hasan isn't okay with comedy policing when he is in controversy, but when other people tell a joke he gets butthurt over, or if people are literally comedy policed because of a joke he gets butthurt over, he's fine with comedy policing because he isn't the one getting comedy policed. Anyways, moving on. A couple of months ago, Hasan made fun of Steven Crowder for leaving a debate by saying that he was a coward, but a couple of weeks ago, people caught him being a coward when Twomad wanted to debate him. I would say that Hasan is more of a coward than he claims Steven Crowder to be, because at least Steven showed up for the debate. Hasan didn't even show up and avoided the debate at all costs. Hell, he avoided it more than he did paying his editor, which that leads us to our next instance of hypocrisy, which is that Hasan, who is a socialist that has a eat the rich complex and who criticizes Jeff Bezos for not paying his workers enough and exploiting them, does not even pay his own workers, and he exploits his own workers. An editor by the name of Blake exposed Hasan for not paying for the videos they edited for Hasan that he uploaded to his YouTube channel. Hasan would keep giving Blake false hope of giving them the position while they were editing videos for him. Blake edited around 7 to 8 videos for Hasan and didn't even receive payment once. During this time, Hasan was also asking people if they wanted to be his editor on stream, and when Blake got done editing a video for him once, they asked him if you couldn't tell I'm looking to be your editor. Hasan then responded by saying that he could see that and not giving Blake an answer to whether they could be his editor or not. Blake then decided to ask what Hasan was looking for in an editor, and Hasan responded by saying, I'm looking for somebody doing exactly what you are doing. Blake was very excited and thought they were gonna get the job, but right after, Hasan said that he'll be right back with him ASAP. Hasan then turned on his stream and says nothing to Blake for 2 days, until he needs Blake to edit another video for him. Blake did edit this video for Hasan, however, when Blake was done, they tried to casually talk to Hasan, however, he just ignored all of Blake's attempts. Blake then sent another video and didn't get a response, however, Blake noticed the video was uploaded to Hasan's channel. Hasan then messaged Blake a day after asking if they could edit a video that he wanted to put on Instagram. Blake did just that, and the video went on Instagram. While on vacation for 2 weeks, Blake only talked to Hasan briefly, with Blake being left on red. And after being left on red, Blake didn't speak to Hasan for 3 months. This dude was left on red for 3 months. And keep in mind, Hasan didn't even pay this dude yet. Anyways, after leaving this dude on red, Hasan sent him some gameplay footage asking if Blake could edit this. And Blake, fed up with this garbage, told Hasan, "I can't edit for free." Now, a week before Blake posted their story on Reddit, they decided to ask Hasan one more time if he was looking for an editor, but Hasan didn't respond. So because of that, they decided to post their story on Hasan's subreddit. Right after this was posted, Hasan was getting a lot of shit for what he did to Blake, and rightfully so. And because Hasan got caught, he paid Blake a day later. Oh boy, where do I even begin? Well, first of all, it's clear to see that Hasan was never gonna pay this dude, considering he ignored Blake. It also doesn't take 3 freaking months to pay someone for their work. I know it doesn't take that long from experience, because when I helped that creepy reading with his top 5 even worse YouTubers that need to stop video, it took creepy a week to pay me. Not 3 months, a week. The fact that it took getting exposed by Blake for Hasan to fork over the money makes you wonder if Hasan did this to anyone else. What's worse is Hasan knew that what he was doing was wrong, considering the fact that he criticized Jeff Bezos for underpaying and exploiting his workers. Hasan literally doesn't care if he is doing something wrong unless he is exposed for it. It's also hypocritical because Hasan, someone who is a socialist, exploited workers knowing it was bad, which is not only a shitty thing to do, but it also goes against one of the core beliefs of socialism, which is that workers should not be exploited. This guy literally can't follow his own political ideology. Actually, now that I think about it, he probably doesn't even know what socialism is, considering some of the dumb takes he's had. This is not only hypocritical, it's just all around bad, and I got nothing more to say about it. Moving on, he calls YouTubers lazy for not uploading a lot of videos.
This is the most frustrating thing, because I'm a fucking React Andy myself. Like, I get so mad at this when YouTubers literally fucking sit around, okay, and they make one fucking video. They make one fucking video a month and get like Patreon money, or they make like 2 fucking videos a week max, okay? And then they cash out with like a 6-figure check because they have a sea of simps. And then they turn around and shit on streamers who literally fucking go live for 6 to 8 hours every day. Like, that's nuts, dude. Of course there's gonna be dead space in between, you stupid fuck. This shit genuinely tilts me, dude. It genuinely tilts me. You could make a compilation of me sitting around, not even on camera, with a fucking video playing in the background.
Yeah, that's not a good thing. Dude, people have literally made compilations of you letting videos play to entertain your audience. You also had to trace art on DeviantArt because you were too lazy to learn how to draw yourself. For God's sakes, you are literally lazier than Jinx when reacting to shit. Also, unlike you, Hasan, most people have to take notes on what they're gonna make a video about, write a script, record, edit without having to exploit someone, make a thumbnail, and upload it. All you do is sit on your ass. So yeah, all in all, Hasan has no fucking room to talk when calling people lazy. Along with that, a couple of months ago, he bought a mansion that was worth $2.7 million, even though he criticized SS Sniper Wolf for living in a mansion. Hell, the thumbnail even says no one needs this much house. Well, I guess we don't need it, but Hasan apparently does. Maybe he needs a bigger house so he spends more time walking to the kitchen so his chair can react on stream for longer than it did before, since reacting is so hard for Hasan. Finally, the last instance of hypocrisy I want to talk about is how Hasan says he is supportive of the Me Too movement, a movement that wants people to speak up if they are harassed by someone, but he then defends Slasher, aka Rob Breslau, for what he did to Brittany Venti and her friend Jessix. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail when it comes to what Slasher did. I'll leave a link in the description to a video made by Tipster that talks about it in more detail. To simply put it, Slasher wanted to go on a date with Brittany Venti, and the first time he asked, she said no. Now, most guys would just look for a new girl to ask on a date and move on, but not Slasher. Oh no, you see, he wanted to get his, as he put in his own words, his hate crush to go on a date with him, so he didn't move on. He decided to try again by getting into contact with Brittany's friend Jessix, so Jessix could ask Brittany about going on a date with him. However, Brittany said no again. This man was determined, though, to get his hate crush. He really wanted her, so he decided to man up and ask ask her out a third time in the strangest way possible, I might add. Surprisingly, Brittany said no. Now, you think that'd be the end of it, but no. He proceeds to then get in contact with Brittany's friend Jessix again, and this time, he tried to use his status in esports to get Jessix to keep bugging Brittany by offering her a job if she kept bugging Brittany so she could convince her to go on a date with him. And right after this happened, Jessix and Brittany both had enough of this, and they decided to expose Slasher for his degeneracy, and Slasher got pretty scared, so he decided to try to convince any news outlet he can to not report on the story because he doesn't want these events being known. However, this didn't work because of the fact we know about it now. Now, obviously, if you couldn't tell, this is incredibly unethical of Slasher and just incredibly fucked all around. So what is it that Hasan has to say about Slasher abusing his influence to try and get a date with Brittany Venti? Well, he got Slasher on stream and, no surprise, downplayed the whole thing and even said that what Slasher did was a perfectly normal thing to do when asking out a girl.
One, how dare you? Two, what the fuck is wrong with you?
She is attractive.
That is truly a worse offense in my book than blueballing me for with this doctor disrespecting information.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Okay, you know, stupid mistakes, man. Stupid mistakes.
Okay. So that is truly something that you're okay. You're you have nothing. You're admitting that it was just a mistake. Okay.
That is where, I mean, nothing. It wasn't a no. To me, it was just funny. Okay, everything that happened was just funny and not a big deal. Brittany already released all. She made a whole video about me, calling me an orbiter, like a whole year ago. She already did all this a year ago and calling me an orbiter. All of this happened was because I made one tweet that said, Leafy trying to make an iDubbbz video, 2 out of 10, taking a shot at both Leafy and Keemstar. And because Brittany hates Pokimane, and Keemstar hates Pokimane, and Leafy hates Pokimane, Brittany then gave the DMs to Keemstar a year after already putting them out, just so they could attack me because I defended Pokimane. All of this revolves around me making a fucking funny tweet about Leafy's shitty ass video about Pokemon. All what this is about, okay? Brittany doesn't fucking give a shit at all about my DMs. She doesn't care, okay? None of this is real, so I didn't take it as a real thing. But yeah, the cringe is off the charts. I do fully understand. The cringe is off the charts, okay? That is not. Don't do that, okay? Don't be like me. Don't say that shit. Okay, I went for a strategy. All right, it was a strategy, Hasan, and it did not pay off. All right,
it's just silly. And also, for those of you,
my flirting was a strat, and the strat failed.
Okay, just for everybody, like, if you have the opportunity to talk to content creators like this, just don't do it. Especially if they're like alt-right or alt-light or alt-light adjacent content creators. Because they will just use, especially if you're a notable figure yourself, they will just use this as an opportunity to fucking shit on you. They have no values. They have no, legitimate moral consistency. They will 100% be like, oh, wow, that was actually sexual assault or whatever the fuck. Even when the facts itself, the facts that they themselves leak, truly show that it's not. And it's like a perfectly fucking consensual and normal way to ask someone out on a fucking date. So that is definitely stupid. So don't do that. Just for the future. This is my advice to both Slasher and chat.
My advice is, all right, do not say diametrically opposed or any stupid cringe ass thing when you're flirting. Definitely not a good strategy. Can guarantee none of
just don't flirt with Brittany Venti. That's another good one, I think.
Is as shitty as that one. You know what? Yeah, you're right. But I was trying to do the Lord's work and try to, you know how you're trying to get a Tommy Lauren, right? You're trying to do the work of the
that's
people
content though.
And move her,
like
and
that's a meme and content. Like I wouldn't actually fucking DM Tommy Lauren and be like, let's go on a date, because that would literally happen in the exact same way that it happened to you. What happened to you would happen to me on Fox News on a much larger scale. So I know that. I know better than that. So I would, of course, never do it in a serious capacity.
But you could chance actually hook up with Tommy Lauren, and
I would not do it.
And after you hooked up with her, you could move her left and then bring her onto the the right, the good side of life, right? That's kind of where I was going with it, Hasan. And I believe in you. I think you could do the same. You won't have this, DM. I think you're going to succeed where I failed.
Degenerates like you belong on a cross.
Before I get into saying what I want to say, throughout this entire video, I bet you Slasher had his hand under the table the whole time jerking it to the idea of watching Hasan hate fuck someone. Let me know in the comments if you think I'm right. Anyways, let's get into what I want to say. I'm honestly convinced Hasan doesn't even know what the Me Too movement is. Like, Jesus, dude, no wonder you gotta pay porn stars to hook up, because if you think that's normal, then I can't see you getting any chicks, dude. Now, to be fair to Hasan, he probably doesn't think that this is a normal thing to do. He probably just lied to his audience so they wouldn't hate Slasher. However, that doesn't change the fact he is supporting Slasher, a person who did something that goes against the Me Too movement. It's clear that Hasan has no idea what he's talking about, and it's probably best if he just shuts up. In conclusion, bye.